Every game has its legends, places where players gather, where stories are written, and where history is made. In Growtopia, there was once such a place. A world that was not just a world, it was the world. Its name was simple, and yet powerful. Trade. For many veterans, the word itself brings memories rushing back. Crowded platforms, endless chat bubbles, deals being made every second. Trade wasn't just a location on the Growtopia map, it was the economic capital of the entire game. When Growtopia was still young, there was no marketplace system, no vending machines, and no official buy plus worlds. Players needed somewhere to meet, somewhere to shout their offers, and somewhere to find buyers and sellers. That need gave birth to trade. Trade became the unofficial stock exchange of Growtopia. If you had an item, you brought it here. If you needed an item, you came here. The world was filled from top to bottom with players advertising what they had and what they wanted. It wasn't organized, but it didn't need to be. The chaos was the charm. Trade wasn't just an economic hub, it was a social hub. You didn't come here only to buy or to sell, you came here to meet people, to see who was rich, to show off what you had earned. Owning a rare item meant more when you could display it in front of 1,000 other eyes. Some of the most influential players of early Growtopia made their names with trading, among other things. Merchants, collectors, and even scammers, all of them gathered here, making the world both exciting and dangerous. There was no other world like it. For years, trade thrived. At its peak, trade was one of the most visited worlds in the entire game. Thousands of players cycled through every day. The chat was a waterfall of offers, deals, and shouts. Popular items like angel wings and dragon claws was traded constantly. Veterans of the game remember the sound of endless selling and buying messages, scrolling past so quickly you could barely read them. For newcomers, trade was overwhelming. For veterans, it was home. This was the golden age. Trade was not just a place to exchange items, it was the marketplace of dreams. Players built fortunes here. Entire YouTube channels started from recording trades in trade. It was the center of the Growtopian economy. But nothing lasts forever. The seeds of trade's downfall were already being planted. The first blow came with the introduction of vending machines. Suddenly, players didn't need to stand around and trade to sell items. They could set up a shop in their own world, go offline, and still make a profit. Convenience replaced chaos. At first, trade survived. People still gathered out of habit, but the cracks were showing. Why waste hours shouting offers when vending machines worked silently and efficiently? Then came the second blow, the rise of buy plus worlds. These were the official, curated worlds where trading was safer, more organized, and more reliable. Buy plus worlds quickly attracted the crowds. Trade's messy, chaotic style suddenly looked outdated. Scammers and spammers filled what was left. Trade's reputation turned from trusted hub to dangerous trap. By the late 2010s, trade was no longer the giant it once was. The platforms were empty, the crowds gone. New players never even knew what trade used to be. To them, buy plus worlds were the center of commerce and vending machines were the standard. Trade was left behind, once filled with thousands of chats, now silent. Once a world of excitement and chaos, now just another abandoned world. Today, if you visit trade, you might still find a few players, wandering or curious, but the energy is gone. The world feels frozen in time, like a monument to an era that has passed. But even in death, trade has left behind a legacy. It taught the Growtopia community how to build an economy from nothing. It showed the importance of gathering spaces where players could come together. Veterans still remember the thrill of making their first sale in trade, or the feeling of buying their dream item after hours of shouting in the crowd. Those memories live on, even if the world itself is no longer alive. Every buy plus world, every vending machine, every marketplace owes its existence to trade. Without it, Growtopia's economy would have never been the same.